Attention passionate Detroit, Lions fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Detroit Lions' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Detroit Lions fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Detroit Lions fans. Let's get to the news. Alright, Lions fans, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the team's future. If you've been following the Lions during this offseason, you've probably noticed how much buzz there is around their roster, especially at tight end. And no wonder, because Detroit has been building something special there. But more than that, there's an interesting story unfolding that could shape the team's offensive identity in 2024 and beyond. It's all about the rise of Sam Laporta, the young tight end who stunned everyone in his rookie season and is now looking to take an even bigger role this year. Laporta's story is pretty incredible when you think about it. Coming out of Iowa, not a highly touted prospect, he entered the league with a lot to prove. But what he's done since day one has been nothing short of remarkable. In his rookie campaign, Laporta set records for a first-year tight end, showcasing what he can do as a pass catcher and a playmaker. He finished the season with 60 receptions, totaling 726 yards, and scoring an impressive 7 touchdowns. That's not just good for a rookie, it's good for tight ends in general. And the way he's been developing, it's clear he's on a trajectory to be a centerpiece in Detroit's offense for years to come. What's even more exciting is Laporta's mindset. He's not content just to be a reliable target. He wants to be the guy that defenses have to game plan against. Recently, he talked about working on his mental game, trying to see the field from Jared Goff's perspective, understanding what the quarterback needs in every situation. That's a sign of a player who's already thinking like a veteran, even in his second year. Laporta's growth isn't just physical, it's mental, strategic, and emotional. That kind of development is what makes a player truly special. And it's exactly what the Lions need if they want to push further into the postseason and maybe even contend for a Super Bowl title in the next couple of years. But of course, no team is perfect, and the Lions are no exception. While Laporta has been a shining star, the team's other tight ends haven't produced nearly as much. Combined, the two other tight ends on the roster managed just 14 receptions for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns last year. That's a pretty stark contrast to Laporta's numbers, and it highlights an area where Detroit could definitely improve. The Lions have a solid core of skill position players on offense. Jared Goff is playing some of the best football of his career, and their wide receiver group is arguably one of the most potent in the NFL. But tight end depth has been an issue for a while, and this offseason, the team has been looking for ways to bolster that position. And here's where it gets really interesting. There's a lot of speculation about potential additions that could make a real difference. One name that's been floated around quite a bit is Gerald Everett, a proven veteran tight end with a history of success in the league. Everett's most productive years came with Jared Goff when they were both with the Los Angeles Rams. Riston from USA Today's Lions Wire pointed out that Everett might be a perfect fit for Detroit's plans, especially because of his familiarity with Goff and his ability to be a reliable red zone target. Now, Everett isn't the most complete blocker, and he's not going to be clearing space for the run game, but in the passing game, he's a capable receiver who can make quick, decisive routes and break tackles after the catch. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Detroit Lions news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Everett has accumulated close to 900 yards and 19 touchdowns over his career, and his experience could be exactly what the Lions need to add more punch to their red zone offense. Especially when you consider how dangerous Laporta has become, pairing him with a veteran like Everett could create a nightmare matchup for defenses. The Lions want to get more out of their tight end position, and adding someone with Everett's experience and chemistry with Goff could be a strategic move to do just that. But beyond just adding a proven veteran, the Lions are also looking at the bigger picture. They've been working on their offensive scheme, especially with the new offensive coordinator Johnny Morton. Laporta mentioned that he's been trying to understand not only what he needs to do on the field, but also how to see the game from Goff's perspective, which is crucial for any tight end wanting to be a true weapon in the passing game. It's all about building chemistry and understanding the nuances of the offense. Laporta's commitment to growth shows that he's not just satisfied with what he's already achieved. He's hungry for more, and if he continues to develop this offseason, we could see a player who dominates defenses in multiple ways, whether it's in the middle of the field, on quick routes, or in the red zone. This offseason will be critical for the Lions to build on the momentum they gathered last year. Detroit finished the 2023 season with a 9-8 record, just missing out on the playoffs in a very competitive NFC. But what's promising is how much young talent they have, especially on offense. Jared Goff has been one of the most efficient quarterbacks in the league, and with the right pieces around him, he's capable of orchestrating an even more potent attack. The addition of a veteran tight end like Everett, combined with Laporta's ascension, could make the Lions' passing game one of the most unpredictable and dangerous units in the NFL. And let's not forget the history of the Lions franchise. They've often been overlooked, seen as perennial underachievers, but in recent years there's been a noticeable shift. The team's culture is changing. They've invested heavily in their coaching staff, their young core, and their draft picks. Players like Amon-Ra St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, and rookies from last year's draft have all shown flashes of greatness. The defense is also improving, with young stars emerging on the line and in the secondary. But the real secret weapon has been their offense, and especially the tight end position, which could become even more lethal if they make a strategic addition like Gerald, Everett, or another veteran free agent. Looking ahead, the Lions fans should be optimistic. The team has a clear plan, and they're making smart moves to position themselves as serious contenders. The NFC North is still a competitive division, with teams like the Minnesota Vikings and Green Bay Packers always lurking, but Detroit has the talent, the coaching, and the drive to become the division's dominant force. The question now is how aggressive they'll be in free agency and the draft. Will they go after experienced players to fill key gaps, or will they focus on developing what they already have? Whatever the case, the potential is there, and the Lions are on the cusp of something big. Their offensive line is solid, the quarterback is trending upward, and now, with the possibility of adding a proven tight end, their passing game could reach new heights. If Laporta continues to develop his route running and catching, and if the coaching staff finds the perfect way to utilize his skills, opposing defenses might have a tough time stopping Detroit's offense in 2024. Plus, with the NFL evolving into a pass-heavy league, teams that can effectively utilize tight ends as mismatched weapons are often the ones that make deep playoff runs. The Lions seem poised to join that group, especially if they make the right moves this offseason. Now, as we look at the bigger picture, it's worth noting that Detroit has been steadily building a culture of winning. They've got a young, talented roster, a committed front office, and a coaching staff that's eager to push the team to new heights. Fans have every reason to be excited about where this team is headed. The core players are young and talented, and the coaching staff is smart and innovative. The addition of a veteran tight end could be the final piece in their puzzle, helping them become a true playoff threat, and who knows, maybe even a Super Bowl favorite in the near future. And now, Detroit Lions fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Detroit Lions. Are you excited about the possibility of adding a veteran like Gerald Everett, or do you think the team should focus more on their young players? Do you believe Laporta can become a franchise tight end? Whatever your thoughts, we want to hear them. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Detroit Lions news. This team is on the rise, and with every move they make, they're inching closer to that championship window. Keep supporting, keep believing, and let's see where this journey takes us. Thanks for being part of this Lions family, and as always, go Lions.